welcome to the JC and Jaden.
In the beginning, Jaden and I started gymnastics 6 years ago. 7.
How did you and your sister start gymnastics?
Well, we started gymnastics as just like something fun that we wanted to do because we were just young and we were like in first grade, I don't know. We just decided that would be fun for us to do and we ended up liking it. We were both very active as children, so this was like a no-brainer that we were going to start doing gymnastics. We didn't really think much of it, but it ended up being a good hobby for us to try, and that kept us active as little beings.
Was there anybody who you really looked up to who was a gymnast or who inspired you to do gymnastics?
I didn't really think at the time when I started gymnastics, but I have found some people that are really good at gymnastics that make me want to be better at it. Simone Biles, she's a big one, and Lori Hernandez, and Annie LeBlanc. They're really good gymnasts. They strive to get better, and that's always what I wanted to do.
What are the skills you know how to do right now?
Some of my better skills I have are my round off half, and I'm working on my full. I have my front aerial, my side semi, and handstand loso. And I'd say my favorite skill is a standing back tuck because I'm good at those.
What are some skills that you've lost along the way?
I used to have a really big mental block on back tucks for the longest time. I've lost a couple of my skills here and there, like front aerials. I've lost them several times, and my round off half. Every gymnast loses skills and has mental blocks.
How do you get the skills back after having mental blocks or just losing them in general?
I just tell myself that it's okay and I can do it again, and it's like my mistake isn't gonna happen again, and then I eventually get it back and just make sure I keep doing it over and over again so I don't lose it again.
Whenever you first started gymnastics, did you ever imagine yourself to get this far or imagine yourself doing so much gymnastics related things?
No, because I just started it for fun and I was too young to really know or care how much I could actually do. And now I just find it like a hobby that I'm always just wanting to learn more stuff from, and it just grew into this big thing, and now I'm just better at it than I ever was.
How long had you been wanting to quit before you quit going to class?
Not too long, but I had been wanting to quit before, but I changed my mind. So I'd say about maybe a month or so not very long. It's always been in my mind that I wanted to, and I just decided now to quit because I could do a lot on my own, and I just started teaching myself, and it wasn't very sustainable for me to just go one day a week and for an hour whenever I could just go at home anytime I wanted.
Is it easier or harder to self-teach yourself or go to class?
I'd say it was harder, but not really at first because I was just going with the flow and I was gaining a lot of skills and I was having fun doing it. Now it's kind of harder because technique-wise, and a lot of times I don't know how to do things, and that's because of technique. But overall, I'm kind of glad with my decision.
What made you fully want to quit?
I wasn't really getting too many new skills, and I didn't really have enough time to really work on a bunch of skills. I just decided that I was just teaching myself most of the stuff anyway, so I just decided that I was gonna quit. What inspired you to do gymnastics?
Well, I remember JC and I would always watch YouTubers like the Gymnastics too, and we'd watch Simone Biles and Lori Hernandez. So we'd watch a lot of YouTubers do gymnastics and cheer, and I remember that being really what we wanted to do at the time. We started taking our class. I remember the first class. I had these little fake Sleeping Beauty earrings in, and then 2 Sleeping Beauty rings, and I ended up losing one of my earrings, and I was not mad about it.
Who most inspires you in your gymnastics career?
The gymnastics is too Simone Biles, because I remember JC and I watched the Olympics. We really loved them.
Have you had any mental blocks in your past? If so, what?
Yes, I've had mental blocks in my past. Mental blocks I've had in the past, I used to have a very fat mental block with back handsprings on anything. I still do struggle with them on some things. Every surface I've had to get used to. It'd be this really thick mat at first. That was whenever I got it. It was this huge mat at our gymnastics, and I got it on there. Then that same day I got it, I kept doing it, and then I kept doing it on the trampoline, and then I accidentally hurt my arm, and it scared me really bad, so I quit doing it for a long time. I still couldn't do it on the actual floor at gymnastics after a while because I'm scared that I'm gonna land on my arms, because I have done that before where I land on my arm wrong and it hurts it really bad, and I can't do that or else I'll like fall on my neck or something. Those are my biggest fears. There's this other mat at the gymnastics, and it's not very thick. It's like that thick probably, I don't know. I could do it on there by myself. It was very ugly and my arms are really wimpy. I'm just weak. It was not very easy for me to do it on like any surface. And now I still cannot do it on any floor, which I wish I could do it at a game, just bust it out and like do 30 backflips or something. I can now do it on our trampoline though, and I really love doing it on our trampoline. I just wish that I got over that block about doing it on the floor, because I would do it at the games.
How old were you when you decided to quit?
I think that I was 11 or almost 12, or maybe like just 12. I think that we were 12.
Have you lost any skills since quitting?
I think I've gained skills actually. Like on the trampolines really where I only do it because that's where I'm comfortable. I can also do the splits now.
What's your advice about getting over a mental block?
You see, my advice would not be what I would follow myself because I'm just scared. My advice would be to, I guess, just like keep working yourself, especially if you think you're weak. I think that you should try to get more muscles and like stronger, so you know that you're able to actually your arms won't give out, you know? That once you know you're strong enough, that actually really would help and does help, because then you know that you can do it, and then just try that skill and you'll most likely get it. Once you get it, just keep practicing it, then it'll be like nothing just to whip it out.
What made you want to quit?
I wanted to quit after I knew that I was not improving because of my mental block, and that I was just terrified to hurt my arm or hurt my neck or just get injured in general, because it really scared me every time like a little hiccup would happen whenever I'd try to do a skill. Then it'd scare me like for months. Then I'd try it again, I'd still be too scared, but I'm okay now. But that is actually what made me not want to do gymnastics anymore, because I would go to classes once a week for an hour, which isn't that much, but still, our parents didn't like sitting through it. I didn't enjoy going to the classes. I miss our teachers and a few people that were in our classes, and that's like all I miss about it. I knew it was time that I just stopped because it was just pointless.
Are you glad about where you are now?
I am glad about where I am now, except I'm not at the same time, because I do wish that I had skills to use for cheer, because that is one reason why JC and I wanted to do gymnastics. We knew that we wanted to be cheerleaders someday, and that it'd be nice to have skills to do at games. JC does, but I do not, because I'm a chicken. That's the only thing that I'm not happy with about my choice.
Thank you guys for watching our documentary.
Give me all your love and don't stop.